Yes, before the meeting break. Okay, so as usual, you should have your notebooks with you and a pen. That is the note you've been jotting down. Okay, it is very essential that right now, if you don't have one, you pause this video and then get a notebook and a pen for writing. You know how we do it in English language. So I want us to talk about something really important that you all should know, and that is figures of speech. Figures of speech. Some of you were taught one or two figures of speech in primary school or probably in previous terms, but I want us to revise our figures of speech. It's very important you get to know these figures of speech and what they stand for, so that the next time you're making a sentence, you can be able to identify. It is very important that every English student should be able to pinpoint and identify various and diverse figures of speech in sentences. Really key. I cannot overemphasize it. Now, figures of speech. Okay, that should be our topic. What are figures of speech? Figures of speech are words or group of words used to give particular emphasis on one idea. Figures of speech create images or mental pictures in the reader's mind. Most poets use figurative language more than other writers. Yes, most times we find figures of speech in poems. You understand? We can also find it in our day-to-day conversations, but in generally they are words or group of words that explain a particular idea or group of words that lay emphasis. Are we together, guys? Are you with me? So when we're talking about figures of speech, this is what you should know. Okay, so let's make progress. We also said it creates images or mental pictures. Sometimes you read a line or two lines of something and already you have the image of what the writer is talking about. You can see figures of speech in play in that particular sentence. Okay, let's make progress. Okay. Yep. The first one we have is simile. An example, simile. I know we know this one, but let's just remind ourselves. Simile is a comparison between two unlike things using like or as. She was acting like a pig. Now, when you say someone was acting like a pig, what are the attributes of a pig? They are dirty. That is one major thing we know about pigs. Pigs are dirty. So when you say she was acting like a pig, we mean she is dirty. Are you getting it? Or she acts like a lion, or something like she acts like a dove. You're trying to say she is humble. Doves are humble and clean and white and pure and all that. More examples of simile. As slippery as an eel, like peas in a pod. You can see it's of like and as, comparing two unlike things. As blind as a bat. We are meant to know that bats, only see at night. That's why we don't see them much in the daytime and all that. Eats like a pig. Have you seen when pigs are eating? If you have not, go to YouTube. Just type how pigs eat. You will see those videos. You understand? As wise as an owl. You can say as wise as a serpent, because serpents are really wise. They are cunning. As wise as a tortoise. We are meant to know through our folklores, that the tortoise is like one of the most intelligent animals. Intelligent animal. Are you getting that? We know so many stories of the tortoise and how cunning he is. So when you compare things using as or like, as white as snow. Snow is white. Your friend could put on a dress. Wow, your dress is as white as snow. Like you're comparing the color of her dress to snow. Two unlike things. What has a dress got to do with snow? They don't look alike. They only share attributes. So that's a simile. Simile is majorly used. See, simile, very important, using as and like. Are we together, JSS1? Beautiful. Metaphor, of course, most of you, I know you know this one. Simile, metaphor, they are quite synonymous, but here's the difference. Metaphor is a direct comparison between two unlike things. Metaphor don't say like, or the metaphor do not use like or as at all. Metaphor is direct. She is a pig, or she was a pig, meaning she is dirty. That girl, she's a lion, meaning she is so fierce, or probably so brave or strong. Are you getting it? It's direct. They don't use as. They don't use like. You understand? Metaphor is direct, blunt. Let's use the word blunt. Metaphors are blunt. More example: heart of stone. He has a heart of stone. We won't say his heart. If it were simile now, his heart is like a stone, meaning what are the attributes of stone? But in metaphor, he has a heart of stone. Direct, meaning what are attributes of stone? Rough edges, very strong, meaning he has a very strong heart, meaning he's not nice, he's not friendly. Time is money. Time is money, meaning time is as important as money, but it's a direct comparison. The world is a stage. Meaning we are like actors, you understand? Different people come and act and they go, just the way we have life and death. She's a night owl, he's an og. So you can see so many examples of metaphor. So there's no use of asshole, like metaphor, just compare. He's a dove, meaning he's humble, he's gentle, you understand? What other examples do we have? So many examples of metaphor when you're comparing something directly. Like when you, of course, because most time for you to understand, you need to look at the attributes of those things. The attributes of those things. I can see you now crying now. Say you're such a baby. Meaning, what are attributes? Babies are soft, babies are tender, babies, they're so cool and all that. They love to be doted on and all that. So I say you're such a baby. Why are you crying? Meaning I'm comparing to a little baby. Are you getting that? I hope it's clear enough for metaphor. Let's make progress. Personification and examples. Personification is personification, characteristics of something non-human. You understand? It's like giving human characteristics to something non-human, giving human characteristics to something more human, giving human attributes to inanimate objects. When you give a characteristics of something that only a human can do to a non-human, to a non-living thing, that is personification. Like giving him a person's attributes. Personification. Can you remember? Let's see examples. The flowers nodded. It's only human beings that nod. Well, how do we nod? Like this. But when you say the flowers nodded, maybe part of the breeze, they were tossing here and there, and it seems like they were nodding. That is, a flower cannot nod. Nod is a human attribute. So the flowers nodded. You can see personification. The snowflakes dance, maybe because of the wind. The thunder grumble. What does it mean to grumble? You want to say grumbling. But you know what do you mean thunder grumble? You know those sounds it makes, especially when it's about to rain heavily. Those heavy sounds. It's like he's grumbling. You understand? So when I say the thunder grumbled, he cannot grumble. Grumble is an animate object. It's a human attribute. You are giving it to thunder. That's not even a living thing. The fog crept in. No fog when it's really smoky and hazy and all. So you can say the fog crept in. To creep in, it's a living thing that has such attributes. Probably a snake or even a human or a little toddler creeping things. Are we getting it? The wind howled. The whirlwind, that sound it makes. Woo! Most times it is animals that make such sounds, but we are giving the wind a human attribute just to personify it, so that you can further understand. You understand? I can say my chair is dancing. When you sit on the chair, especially wooden chairs, and the knots are loosening and it seems like the chair is not strong, that those sounds it makes. You understand? It's like shaking. So you say my chair is dancing. Those are all examples of personification. Let's make progress. Onomatopoeia an example. Say onomatopoeia. Again, onomatopoeia. Thank you. A word expressing a sound. Simple, like boom. When you hear boom, what comes to your mind? Probably a gunshot, right? A gunshot, boom, or an explosion. So such words are called are onomatopoeic. Are you getting it? When a sound suggests its meaning, when a word is expressing a sound. When a whoosh, splats, buzz, it's like when you click on a doorknob, the buzzing sound, or tick-tock, clock. You understand? You can see in a sentence, she was woken up by the tick-tock. You understand? Probably the clock kept a tick-tock, and she woke up. You understand? Click, all these are sounds. Oink, whoosh, splats, boom. You understand? Bang, there was a heavy bang on the door. You understand? All these sounds are onomatopoeic because they suggest the meaning. You understand? The moment you hear the sound, you can imagine the action. There was a mighty thud. When you hear a thud, T-H-U-D, it's like maybe someone dropped a heavy object from a very high place and dropped it down. Boom! A mighty thud. Dropping a heavy object, maybe from the first floor to the last floor. You just dropped it down. So all these are examples of onomatopoeia. Are we together, guys? Are you taking down these notes? You need to pause and take down notes, okay? Beautiful. So these are all examples of onomatopoeia. Let's make progress. Hyperbole and examples. Hyperbole and examples. Some say hyperbole. I think American hyperbole, British hyperbole. Hyperbole and examples. Extreme exaggeration. When you exaggerate some situations, you guys do it a lot. If you were there, if you see the people, it's like the whole Yenegua was at that ceremony. It's not possible for a whole city to be at a ceremony, but I can get the exaggeration. You're trying to say that there were so many people at that ceremony. Are we getting that? Extreme exaggeration. I have heard you say that a million times before. Some of you might have made that statement. Maybe you have this classmate, probably in class, and there's this story she always tell every day. Like that time, my dad and my sisters went to. They'll be like, you have said this story almost 20 million times, but it's not possible. It's possible she has just said it for like 5 times. You get, but it seems like you hear it every day. It's like, we've had this story before. Can you just hear another one? Yes, you went there and you're on the roller coaster and you did this and did that. Thank you for such a wonderful story. You know, some of you are sarcastic like that. Other example. I have told you to stop 1,000 times. You know how many is 1,000? You know, it's like mommy telling you, mommy, I want to, I have told you to stop that play. 1,000 times now. And it's like maybe she's just said it 5 times or 10 times. You know, just that she says it all the time and it seems like she has said it in forever. Are you getting that? So it's an extreme exaggeration. She's just being hyperbolical. She hasn't actually said it 1,000 times. She hasn't even said it 20 times. You get? That must have cost $1 billion. Maybe your friend brought something really, it looks shiny and flamboyant. She brought it to class. Oh yeah, when my daddy tried, brought this for us. Woo, this thing looks expensive, like $1 million. It's just barely 4,000 naira compared to $1 million. You know, this extreme exaggeration, hyperbole. I could do this forever. Maybe you went out to an amusement park and you kept playing with this particular one you like. I'm like, I don't mind living here. You can't actually live here. Sometimes you need to rest. You can't do it forever. Forever means you will never leave that place. So it's also an example of extreme exaggeration. She is older than dirt. It's an extreme exaggeration. This is really an insult to an extreme exaggeration. Everybody knows that. It's not everybody. Like, you know, someone is telling a story. You know, they said that before she came to Bellary, she was in this school. Is it true? So hey, now everybody knows, but not necessarily everybody. It's just 5 or 6 persons, meaning maybe everybody in your circle, but it can't be everybody. It's possible even in that class, it's only 4 or 5 persons that knows that. But everybody knows. It's true. Everybody knows that story. It's an exaggeration. Like when you're so thirsty, say, oh God, if I go home, I can drink a whole bag of water. In fact, I can drink the entire Oxbow Lake. But at the end of the day, you're struggling to finish 1 sachet of Fido or whatever, or 1 bottle of Eva. Are you getting that? You're struggling, but you're like, I can drink that. It's just, you know, to lay emphasis because of how you felt at that moment. It felt like you could drink an entire river. Are you getting that? So extremely, we do it a lot. You do it a lot. And also, if you see what she ate a mountain of fufu. You know what it means to be a mountain of fufu, but we understand what you mean. You're just trying to say her plate was so full. Extreme exaggeration, hyperbole. I'll be giving you guys an activity. You know how we do it, so pay attention. Alliteration and examples. A series of words with the same beginning consonant sounds. You understand? It's when a series of words have similar consonant sounds. What are consonant sounds? You know them. You know our vowel sound A, E, I, O, U. You know our consonant sound, remaining 21. Now, she sells seashells on the seashore. What are the consonant sounds here? Sh, it's a consonant sound. Sells, the s sound is a consonant sound. So you can see repetition, series of consonant sound. She sells seashells on the seashore. So what I'll expect of you when I say identify the alliteration is you will underline sh, you underline sh here, she and she and sh. Then you underline s. All this sound. It's the sound, not the letter. Take notes. Do not make the mistake of just underlining a letter. You underline the sound. It is the sound you underline, not the letter. Are you getting it? Now you cannot come underline S here. Do you hear a sound here? No, it's a sh sound. So you cannot say, okay, I can see letter S. No, these are different sounds. Are you getting it? It is the sound you underline, not the letter. Let's make progress. Okay, she sells seashells. Walter wondered where Winnie was. Walter wondered where Winnie was. The what sound, the war sound, the W sound, war sound. Blue baby Benet bobbed through the bayou. Blue baby Benet bobbed through the bayou. Now we have blue baby bobbed. You underline the b sound. Nick needed new notebooks. Notebooks. Fred fried frogs legs on Friday. If you see this one, there are two sounds here. Fred fried and so you can just say fr sound. You put fr in the brackets and underline them. Are you getting that? Alliteration, it's basically consonant sounds. Rhetorical questions and examples. Rhetorical questions and examples. Let's see it. A rhetorical question is a question such as, how could I be so stupid? It's a question that are asked merely for effect. You don't expect an answer. You don't need to answer a rhetorical question. The answer may be obvious or immediately provided by the questioner. So rhetorical questions do not necessarily require an answer. Are we getting it? Rhetorical questions. Let's see other examples. For example, a teacher might say to someone whispering in a class, do you have something you would like to share with everybody? Most people understand that this is a rhetorical question. Probably I'm teaching, I do it a lot, and I'll see you talking. Okay, do you mind sharing? Of course, you can't say, yes, Sama, I'll share. You know what I want from you is to just keep quiet. Sorry, ma. You understand? It's a rhetorical question. Most people should understand. You can, a very normal student, we know it's a rhetorical question. Now I'm like, okay, yes, ma, I want to share. Do you want to get punished? Most people understand. The person to whom it is addressed is meant to think for a moment about the fact that they wouldn't want to tell everyone what they were whispering about and to keep quiet. They'll not be like, sorry, ma, and they keep quiet. You get that? So it's a rhetorical question. Another one. A rhetorical question is often a statement in the form of a question. For example, can't you do anything right? Maybe mommy at home or a sibling gave you a task. I was doing it and I made mistake. I wasn't able to finish. Can't you just do anything right for once? Did you have to make this mistake? You don't say, no, I can't do anything right. Or, yes, I can do a lot of things right. Nobody is asking for your answer. It's a rhetorical question. The person is just pissed off at you for not getting things done. Questions that do not demand an answer. Maybe you spilled something on my son. I said, oh God, what have I done? You understand? It doesn't require an answer. Are you getting that? So those are rhetorical questions. Ooh, guys, we have come to the end of the lecture. So soon already. So yes, please go and read, get more examples. God's willing, I'll be